court is now in session to determine the validity of temporary protection order against Joseph Blank and to decide on the length of the order. We will begin with the mother. Thank you, Your Honor. I am petitioning the court for a 2-year minimum protection order against my daughter's father, Joseph, as well as his family for myself and my daughter. I am also requesting to be granted permanent sole custody of my daughter. The reasonings that you have given the courts for the protection order are severe. Sexual assault and mistreatment. I am seeing that there is the initial report, but I see nothing moved forward with it. Is there a reason? Yes, Your Honor. My daughter was traumatized enough by the attack, and she did not want to have more people touching her body. She understood we would be unable to move forward without an exam, so she chose to drop the charges. Can you explain how your child was mistreated? Yes, of course. Specifically by her father. She was left to share a room with another individual that she had told her father was making her feel uncomfortable and unsafe. This individual later went on the alt her both sexually and once physically at school. She was also forced to sleep either in a closet-sized room or on a couch if she did not want to stay in the room with her assailant. She was given inadequate space and no privacy. She was sent to bed without dinner and screamed at and bullied by both her father and stepmother. There were multiple instances that her father and stepmother ganged up on her to berate her and insult her. While I have no physical proof, she has told me multiple times that her stepmother has slapped, pinched, and pushed her. This is not a safe home for any child. When I have attempted to speak to her father about my concerns, Joseph refused to have an actual conversation with me. Why have you not sought legal help before now? I was told by Joseph that if I continued to push, he would ensure that I would not see my child ever again. I am terrified as to what would happen to my child if I was no longer in the picture to ensure her safety. I fear her life is in danger. That is a serious accusation. I am a serious woman. My child will no longer be put in danger by these people. Sir, you are contesting the protection order and requesting your child immediately be returned to your care. Is this correct? Yes, Your Honor. I am also requesting to retain primary custody and sole medical and educational decision-making. Can you explain why you believe the child should remain with you? Your Honor, my child has always been completely safe in my home. While there was a fight at school between my daughter and stepdaughter, there was no alt. If you look at the date claimed on police report for the alt, I can prove my stepdaughter was not even home. The entire week that week, she was involved in something called tech rehearsal for her school's musical. She did not arrive home until close to 9 p.m. every night, and Savannah distinctly said the alt happened during the day after school. As for the claims of Abu Dalar, my wife and I have never raised a hand to our children. We may occasionally raise our voices when need be, but we take great care to not belittle or degrade our children. Savannah was given the option to move into my office if she wanted her own room after she outed her sister on her birthday and refused to take it. So she was allowed to either sleep in her bed or she could sleep on the couch. Why do you believe your daughter would lie about this? Savannah has been desperate for her mother's approval and love ever since she was given visits back about 2 years ago. If she could be in her mother's good graces, she would do anything. I believed she did this because her mother wanted her to live with her again. Why did you not have visits, Mom, and for how long? Your Honor, when Savannah was young, my boyfriend at the time a dollar salted her. I had no knowledge of this at the time. When I learned, I removed him from my home to protect my child. He was removed from the home because he was arrested, and you testified on his behalf in court. Do not make it seem as though you had her best interest in heart during that time. I will not have any outbursts in this courtroom. You will wait your turn. I apologize, Your Honor. This is a very messy situation. How old is your daughter? She is 15. Is she here today? Yes, Your Honor. She is in the lobby. Bailiff, please bring her in. I would like to speak to her. After speaking to Savannah in my chambers, I am prepared to give my ruling. I am dropping the protection order against the father. There is no evidence that daughter is in danger whatsoever from her father. I am, however, allowing the child to live primarily with her mother and have every other weekend visits and every Wednesday visits with her father as long as certain criteria is met. Savannah is to be enrolled in therapy and meet with a psychologist at minimum of once a week. She is to keep her grades up at school and is to follow the visitation schedule one have set out and make every effort to spend time with her father. As she has been an A-B student while in her father's home, I expect that her grades will remain in the same range. I am also adding in at Savannah's request that she is not to be left alone with her stepmother or stepsister in her father's home. Your Honor, you cannot be serious. This ruling does nothing to protect my child against the people that hurt her. How in good conscience can you rule to send my child alone with these people and just hope nothing happens again? Ma'am, with all due respect, there is no evidence that daughter has ever been harmed in the father's home. There is evidence that she was harmed in your home. The only reason I am willing to allow Savannah to primarily reside with the mother is because she is of age in this state to request where she lives. But if it detrimentally affects her, I will put her back with her father. She went through a major trauma recently. I would expect her to have complications while she recovers. Threatening her with returning to his home will only make this worse, which is exactly why she is to be in therapy at least once a week. This child has been through more than any child should have to be put through. She needs stability and love and intensive therapy. And what if she refuses to go? Am I to force her into his car? You are the parent. You are to ensure she follows the order. If the order is not followed, am I able to come request to be granted primary custody again? Yes, sir. If the order is not followed or Savannah begins failing in school, you are able to come request a review of the custody order. This is my final ruling. Court is now dismissed. Hey kiddo, I'm happy to see you. Listen, before we head back home, I want you to know that I still love you just as much as I always have. I may not understand what's going on with you right now, but all I want is to help you get through it. Whatever. Are April and Brooke going to be home this weekend? Of course they are. This is their home as well. Mom said that they weren't allowed around me. So you need to either take me home or make them leave. We both know that's not what the judge decided. He said that you weren't to be alone with them. And you won't be, even though you and I both know neither one of them have ever done anything to hurt you. Don't you feel bad for the things you've said about them? No, why would I? I don't like them. Savannah, you need to understand that the things you've said could get people in a lot of trouble when they've done nothing wrong. You could have ruined both of their lives by what you were claiming. Okay, and they've ruined my life for the past forever. It got me what I wanted, and that's really all I care about. So you don't care if the woman who raised you since you were 5 years old and your sister end up in jail for things they didn't do, as long as you get what you want. No, I already said that. I wanted to live at Mom's and you wouldn't let me, so I did what I needed to do. I only feel bad that I have to actually come back to your house. I don't understand what happened to you. It's like you became a different person overnight. You can do us all a favor and just forget about me and let me stay with Mom. No, Savannah. You are my daughter. This is not you, and I'm not going to just forget about you. I'm going to find out what's going on and help you fix it. Dad, I'm literally going to make your life a living hell 11 until you stop making me come here. I don't want to be with you or them. Just accept it. And I am going to love you despite that, and eventually we are going to fix this. Jesus, Dad, that's pathetic. You have your nice perfect family with April and Brooke. Just let Mom and I be happy and go away. We don't like you, and neither one of us want to be with you.